Ideas, customs, and behavior of a people is what is generally referred to as culture. It can be modern, it can be traditional, it can also be collective or individual. Culture, for sure, is very exciting. This is Window on Abuja, and my name is Rahab Okpe. Gariki is one of the oldest districts in Abuja, but because of its urban nature, most of you might not know that Gariki has a traditional ruler. The name of the traditional ruler of Gariki is Sape, and the current Sape, His Royal Highness Dr. Usman Nga Kupe, just celebrated 30 years on the throne.
Taking a drive through the heart of the modern Abuja city, it might be oblivious to the visitor that within the concrete jungle, a traditional institution which has been around for centuries still exists. Gariki, also known traditionally as Pei, is the traditional home of the Gbayi. As it is common with most societies, a leader rules, and Pei is no different. His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Usman Nga Kupe was enthroned in the year 1990 and thus has been the traditional ruler of Gariki for 30 years.
Well, I want to start by thanking Almighty Allah for sparing my life with good health to be 30 years on the throne. I have never thought to be here because I'm an orphan. I don't know my dad. I lost my dad when I was still very small. And I remember vividly my mother. I lost her the year October 1970. Just I was having bachelor about 2 months to pass out from my primary school. And I managed my life. And I struggled. Went to Sunday school for 5 years. Also attended a year program of Teachers College. And I taught for some years, and I proceeded to college education, not just a college education, MENA. I spent 3 years. And then I was also employed by FCDA Education Department, whereby I also taught at Goma Sunday School, Gogolada there. Our chief then, Jisala Dawdul, died after a year to 2 before I ascended the throne on this date of 1st June 1990. It's a memorable day for me in the sense that in my life I never thought and I've never dreamt. So it will still be ringing on my ear. And when you come into a position of this type, you must have to study the people, study your subject, and sometimes as well your cabinet. That's the council members. I have to study them and see that we can be able to synergize and manage the people.
Through the years, His Royal Highness has advocated, celebrated, and held court with the subjects of Pei.
We have always been with the government. We have always been supporting the government. But there are some issues sometimes also. We represent the people too. We need to also see how they are also being protected. We have never been anti-government. We have never, right from the inception of FCT, we have never been against the government. All what we have been doing is to see how the land is being taken by the genuine people who they have their own allocation letters. So, like I rightly said, people foresee, at times they even say I'm stubborn. I'm never stubborn. I'm never stubborn. But what I've always said, let justice and fairness be done to my people. When it seems that to go contrary to that aspect, that is why you find that I'm very stubborn. Because I hate anything that will lead to exploitation. Exploitation is against the norms and value of we Bayi people, particularly myself. Having been an orphan, I know what it takes. So I wouldn't like any of my person or any of my subjects being exploited.
Due to the current global COVID-19 pandemic, there was no pomp and pageantry. The celebration was marked with the reading and recitation of the Holy Quran.
Alhaji Dr. Nga Usman Kupi crowned this throne. We have never witnessed any disturbances, either ethnically or tribal-wise and otherwise. Despite that, we have different types of ethnic groups, but we lived peacefully.
The 30 years anniversary was crowned with the birth of a new prince born to Her Royal Highness after 21 years.
I know who is the man to me. Like today, I'm 21 years of marriage and 51 years age. I have no child. See God, my husband is clocking 30 years. Allah bless me with Muhammad Mosul. God too much for him. So I wish him all the best, the wisdom, the patience he has with his wives. Seriously, we even abuse it because he free us. But today, we thank God. His children are 20 in number. The grandchildren are 19 in number.
Culture is life. Culture is life. Any human being who doesn't have a culture is not worth to be a human being. So, like the Baji people, who are the indigenous people who take almost 90% of the chiefdom, we have a history and we have the culture. You have seen them, and they don't need to be identified. Immediately you see them, especially when they are in their festivity. So we are all trying all we could to see that culture does not die. But I could also urge and request that the FCT administration, the area council administrations, should also join hands with the traditional rulers so that there should be annual festivity so that it will be encouraged and then also revive our culture.
We look forward to many more eventful years of peaceful reign of His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Usman Nga Kupi.
This is the window on Abuja. It might interest you to know that the entertainment industry is one of the thriving sectors in the Nigerian cultural landscape. But with all that is happening now, how has the industry fared? Randy Diako Abo gave us a sneak peek.
Once upon a time, not too long ago, the entertainment industry in the FCT was as vibrant as the beautiful city of Abuja itself. But on the 27th February this year, the horrifying and scary dream came true with an index case of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Measures taken, lockdown worldwide. Easing of the lockdown we are in now. Let the FCT entertainment industry tell its story.
News that the COVID-19 pandemic that's ravaging the world has brought the world and its economy to a standstill.
The pandemic to the entertainment industry is transparently overwhelming. Most especially the stand-up comedy industry has been most hit because everything's at a standstill now.
And you know that this is an industry that is employing itself by itself, meaning that if you don't hustle, if you don't go out there to work, to MC, to do comedy, to perform in events, meaning that there is no money for you.
Coronavirus pandemic has been really hard hit on musicians, especially for those musicians that normally play in hotels, bars, restaurants, weddings, and so on. As with the pandemic, nobody can play anywhere again. Already musicians in the FCT were already living from hand to mouth. Now with this pandemic, what are we going to do? Most of us are at home and they have children, we have families. And there's nothing for us with the lockdown. What else can we do?
Categorically, I'm the best mentally. No gang say I'm the cutest physically. Don't doubt me, I go bring home Grammy. Ready for remarkable, unbeatable, palatable, reliable.
We travel from state to state. We play shows such as birthday parties, wedding ceremonies, and so on. But now, no more. No gathering to entertain, no income. The little money I save is gone with the hyping of items in the market.
Come on! There is panic everywhere. I see your doubts, I feel your fears, but it will be alright. It'll be alright.
Silence is everywhere. Stay indoors, no merriment.
Now, the Abuja entertainment